So he's like, I'm hungry, fix me something. Which already I'm like, geez, man.
Yeah.
It's 2 a.m.
Yeah.
She reheats a neighbor's spaghetti.
Oh, wow.
He eats the spaghetti. He goes, this doesn't taste like your spaghetti. Throws the plate, screams at her.
Wow.
It's like, wow, okay, how good is her spaghetti?
Yes.
That you need to cause
Yeah,
this
how
much
good
of
is a
ruckus?
17-year-old spaghetti?
I know, she just learned how
I
to
know
vacuum.
your spaghetti. You've been making it since you were 13.
She just figured out the vacuum.
Yeah.
Her spaghetti can't be revolutionary. Welcome back to Overshadowed, everybody, the only podcast about the siblings and spouses of people who changed the world. Today we're covering another liquor-loving Southerner. We're covering the extended family of one of the OG white boys of rock and roll, Jerry Lee Lewis. He was famous for Great Balls of Fire.
Everybody knows it. You love it.
I don't know if you love it, but you might know it. Whole lot of shaking going on. As well as marrying a 13-year-old first cousin when he was 21 that caused him to lose all rock stardom he had, and he needed to start over and rebrand as a country act, which is it's kind of funny.
Pretty funny.
They're like, you got to separate the art from the artist, all right? Come on now. His music's good.
I don't see the wife. I hear the music.
Yeah, right. Plus, I got one at home just like it, so, he kind of represents me. So this episode, we're mainly going to be covering his cousins. So he has a sister. We're not really going to get into her that much,
Jenny Lee
although
Lewis.
he might have.
Yeah, he probably tried a little bit.
But we're covering Myra, his child bride and first cousin, and Jimmy Swaggart, and maybe Mickey Giles. Is that his name, Mickey?
Michael.
Michael.
But, Or it goes by Mikey.
I call him Mickey.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
We're pretty
Those
tight.
who know him.
Yeah, those who know him.
Yeah.
Man, Molly's hacking up a lung
Yeah.
upstairs.
Don't be picky. Call me Mickey. Yeah, what's going on with Molly? She getting summer COVID?
She got the afternoon coughs.
She got July 4th vid?
Yeah. I don't know. I had some
Independence 19?
I had some sickness earlier.
Everybody's getting it. It's still going around.
I mean, I've had the horse cough in my throat where I'm like,
that's the worst part about the horse you can get. You want the dick, you get the cough.
Yep, I'm like loosening phlegm and stuff. So when I'm coughing, it's like I'm mining.
Yeah.
Right, and then
I hate that.
spitting out the rubble.
Yeah, it's funny. That's the only way you can kind of clear the throat. You'd be like, ah! You feel like garbage disposal of your throat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the opposite.
Yeah.
Trying to spill it all out.
Yeah.
It's like hitting oil.
Yeah.
You want the flow.
Don't want a spoon in there.
And then I'm looking through. I'm like, is that blood? Like I'm examining.
Yeah.
I'm like Heather with her shit.
Yeah, that's like me. I've been getting beets as a snack, and you always forget that beets will make you think you're dying.
Yeah.
Because when you go to the bathroom, your poop's red.
Yeah.
And you're like, how many minutes do I have left on
Got a
Earth?
false negative.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, I'm praying over.
Dude, I thought I coughed up blood earlier, but I don't think it was. I think it was squash.
Squash.
Yeah, squash and beets. They make you panic.
Yeah, they do.
That should be the doctor's first question. Have you been eating any beets or squash?
Huh? Could be
All right,
that.
Please go to the right side of the room. We will take care of you when we can.
You're fine.
Yeah,
Is
you're all
there
right.
red squash?
It's like butternut, acorn. It could be blood.
Okay.
It could be
I see blood
for sure
sometimes. I
blood.
just go, it'll get worse before I need to be concerned.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I coughed later. No blood.
Yeah, exactly. A little
Got
bit
it
of
out,
blood in there.
cleared a little
lot
bit
of blood in my body.
Hey, got a
Some
lot,
of it's
yeah.
going to get out.
It's good to know I have blood.
Yeah, exactly.
in
We'll
my
check.
body.
You got blood? It's like the border. Some are going to get through.
Mm-hmm.
A lot more.
Anywho, we're covering Jerry Lee Lewis.
Who I think people our age may not even. I knew his songs, but I didn't know what he looked like.
Didn't know what he looked like.
So it was nice to kind of put a face to the balls.
Yes.
Of fire.
Yes. Do you know what balls of fire are or represent? I never.
I thought it was just a saying. Let me. You take a guess.
I mean, I looked it up. Like some people said it was like a biblical illusion. I mean, he cheated a lot. He had 7 wives, so it could have been gonorrhea.
Yeah.
Goodness
gracious, you're
great
gonna
balls
give
of
me
fire.
gonorrhea. Let's see. The origin is did you look this up? Around 1850 is when it derives from the many biblical references to the presence of God being indicated by a fire.
I mean, that can't be it.
This might be numerous references as pillar of fire.
What are the lyrics?
Jerry
of Great Balls
Lee's
of Fire?
Jerry Lee's song is a good distance from its biblical source.
Right. Well, you look up Great Balls of Fire meaning, and then it gets you back to Jerry Lee Lewis. So it's like
What came first?
right. It's a circular definition.
God or
They're
the
hiding
balls.
something.
Yeah.
Let me see the lyrics here to Great Balls of Fire.
Bum, 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 bum.
You check my nerves and you rattle my brain.
Ba-na-na-na.
Too much love drives a man insane.
Ba-na-na-na.
You broke my will, but what a thrill. Goodness gracious, Great Balls of Fire. I do love that part.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
It's funny to watch.
I mean, it's all sex.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot of shaking going on. Seems pretty innocent, but then you see him wiggling around. And
Oh,
like,
yeah.
lot of shaking going on.
He's moving his hips.
He's moving.
Because he has to be attached to the piano. So he may have been the first guy to really get sexual with the piano. I think Mozart was spinning in his grave when he saw this guy.
Yeah.
Because all the performances, we'll get into this part, but he loved to put on a show. He was a great showman.
We can get into it right now. He was great at piano. He practiced 7-8 hours a day.
Yeah.
His parents, I think, mortgaged a house or something to buy a piano.
Wow.
And he said nobody could follow him.
Yeah, that was funny. He had the cockiness. It's funny to be that cocky as like a pianist. As a big pianist.
Yes, yes.
He would like kick the mic over, like how rock stars like break guitars, but he had to be like on a piano, and he's like,
yeah. Oh, this is what I was going to say. I was going to say Elvis, because we were talking how sexual he is. Elvis was like conservative compared to Jerry Lee.
yeah.
Which I found kind of interesting.
Well, Jerry Lee, I think, was just he was on the road so much, banging all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah, I do have a thing with piano where it's like, it's so easy to look badass.
With
playing piano. It is, because all you have to do is you run your hands up and down.
Yeah.
That's something. He does that all the time.
He loves
and it's not hard.
No.
And then you up the perceived difficulty by standing up.
Yeah.
Which is no increase in difficulty, but everyone loses their mind, shows their tits.
Yeah.
So it's not really fair. And I've always, as someone who played guitar, I've always been jealous of that. Because for guitar, you put it behind your head, play with your tongue. That's it is more difficult.
Yeah. You could finger tap on guitar and people think
that
it's
is
cool.
true. That's
like
very
finger
easy.
taps are pretty easy. Little hammer on pull off, do a little thunderstruck. People don't know what's going on.
A little eruption.
Yeah, eruption. People are like, "What? Who are you?"
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it's the easiest trick in the book.
Yeah.
When you first learn how to finger tap, though, you're like, "Oh, yeah, oh god."
Right. Yeah, you're looking at girls like, look, check this out.
Check this out.
Pretty cool.
Pretty good.
Paintball. It's all going to the same place, ladies.
I'm practicing for you.
Yeah, he was sick at the piano.
Yeah, he was
he was a sensation, couldn't be followed. He said no one was qualified. Which, by the way, we should clarify that Whole Lot of Great Balls of Fire was written by not Jerry Lee Lewis, nor was Whole Lot of Shakin'. Otis Blackwell wrote Great Balls of Fire, which we should do an episode on him because he wrote a lot of the songs that like Elvis. I want to say Johnny Cage, but it's not. It's Johnny Cash. Johnny Cage, rock and roll OG Johnny Cage. And Jerry Lee Lewis, Otis wrote a ton of these songs for them.
Did he ever get credited?
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing it right. Like, we know who he is.
Okay.
But I don't know
he
how
looks
much
cool.
Otis does?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. He does look cool. I mean, this is why I think we need to do like an episode on him, because I read a little bit about how he tried his hand at performing, but his real passion was songwriting, and it's like, all right, is that just a nice way to spin that black people weren't really the vibe?
Yeah.
In the 50s?
Yeah.
Right. So he didn't really feel like that
You
he could.
got a real knack for writing.
You're a behind the scenes man,
How would
Otis.
you like that?
Yeah.
Looks good. Looks good on you, sitting down and writing.
Yeah, it looks good when you're not seen.
You'd be really good at having Elvis sing your songs.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah, so he didn't I don't know how many songs he wrote, Jerry Lee Lewis, but he performed them very well.
Performed them very well. It's like the Mencia thing. Mencia would steal jokes and perform them very well.
Yeah, sure. People love Mencia.
Yeah.
Yeah. One time he got insulted whenever he would be booked as not the closer.
Yeah.
So one time, Chuck Berry was booked to perform after him, and Jerry Lee Lewis set the piano on fire with lighter fluid when he was done, and then he turned to Chuck Berry walking on stage, and he was like, "Follow that, boy." Not great,
Probably hammered.
Probably hammered. Maybe he said something other than boy.
Yeah.
But I don't. That's the one. There's a ton of bad stuff with Jerry Lee Lewis. Pedophilia, alcoholism, abuse of all of his wives.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like, he slapped his wives. He threatened them with
found
violence.
bruises and blood on the wives.
He might have killed one.
Yeah.
Possible murder.
Yeah.
But, and you're going to love this, libs, not racist.
Yeah.
Not as racist as he could have been.
No, not at all.
He loved the black musicians, B.B. King, and he was like, that's real music, that's rock and roll.
Yeah.
That's what I want
They
to do.
inspired him.
So I do respect him for that, for kind of looking past color and race and
in
just
that time.
focusing on the music. Yeah, I mean, as being born in Louisiana and Tennessee.
Yeah, he would sneak into the clubs as a kid and just try to watch B.B. King and all those guys play.
Yeah.
So I think even as a child, even if you're growing up and like those are your childhood heroes.
Mm-hmm.
So that I think will stick with you no matter what somebody says.
Right. Probably even before your dad or your mom can get too much racism into you.
Yeah. They're like, what do you mean? These guys are geniuses.
Yeah, some tight licks are getting in your ear before the...
He's like, you can hate them. I'm going to date my cousin.
Yeah.
She's turning 2 now, but in 10 years, we're going to be married.
Yeah, I do like that the riffs captivated him more than the bigotry.
Yeah.
There was a part in one of these documentaries where he was like, yeah, I try to go by there all the time, and they came in on big buses. And I was like, are they tour buses or are these like desegregation buses?
I know, yeah. Big buses, a lot of white people following them around, holding their lighters and pitchforks in the sky.
Right,
big fans.
The protection forces.
Yeah.
Right.
Drank from their rock and roll water fountains.
Yep.
Oh, man, they were cool.
They're rock and roll water fountains. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I don't know. That's fun. I don't have anything else on that. That's funny.
Jerry, also, just to give you kind of context, he blew up very young. So this was one of those guys that, in the vein of these rock star lifers, this guy's life was music. He was a rock star young. His whole life was that. Think about, I guess, Bieber. He was huge.
Bieber, if, God willing, Bieber lives to be 89, 90.
Yeah, he outlived every rock star in his class.
And he shouldn't have.
No, I know. I mean, he was
with all the addiction and the pills and the alcohol, it's
one of those things where you think it's like, do you have those genetics?
It is. It's got to be.
Yeah, because my grandma still smokes packs every day.
How old is she?
She's like 86.
That's pretty good. My grandpa, he's drinking gin all the time. He's playing tennis, like eating cake for breakfast.
Yeah.
He's killing it. He's 92. He's in much better shape than Biden.
Oh, I bet.
And Biden's what?
81?
81. I mean, he's a spring chicken compared to Grandpa Dick. Yeah, my grandpa will bleed very easily.
Yeah, of course. They're like a piece of tissue paper.
Yeah, it's like those Japanese walls.
Yeah,
they get ripped.
Yeah, you poke.
We play pool, and he misses. He scratches a ball in himself, and we got to stop.
Yeah,
he's got to lay down.
And they bleed a lot.
Yeah,
and they get those big
blood.
purple spots. What's that under the surface? Yeah, that's when the skin really fades, and you start to see the organs in there.
It's like a volcano.
Yeah,
yeah.
Grandpa, I can see your heartbeat.
Strong. Looks strong.
Yeah.
Looks good. We can go back to Jerry Lee as like a kid, because now we got to talk about Myra and his friend. Actually, Myra, even though she was 13 and Jerry was 21 when they married, Myra was his third wife.
Yeah.
He was married twice before he was 21.
What do you think about this? Like, you're just on the of marrying that young. Is that a mix of the times and the South,
it's the South.
And religion?
It's the South.
Okay, so it's just the South.
It's in order, I think it would be South,
religion,
and then maybe tied with religion in times, but probably South times religion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm scrolling down to this part where I got the info about the first 2 wives.
First 2 wives.
First one was Dorothy Barton. She was older than him. This was like a reverse situation. Which it gave me a little more sympathy, and then I lost it all as I continued learning about him. Dorothy Barton, daughter of a minister, a Pentecostal minister. I think they're like the fire and brimstone people.
Be gone!
Be gone! Jerry was said he was 21, or sorry, said he was 16, but he was actually 14, and Barton was 17 or something. And then he said that he was going to be a preacher, and then he didn't. He was a pianist, and she left him. And then he remarried later that year. This guy's a serial monogamist. He needs to be with people.
Well, I mean, he needs to be married. But
he's a serial...
He's a man of the people.
Marriage, right. Yeah, he's a serial be married guy. His second wife was Jane Mitchum.
Bitch Mitchum?
Oh, I forgot about this. One day, this is a quote from Jerry. One day she told me she was going to have my child, and her brothers were hunting me with whips.
Oh, yeah. Hunting down. How old is he at this point? Brothers
17, 16.
The brother's like, we got to kill him.
Yeah.
Unless you get married.
There's a lot of people running after JLLs with guns and whips. And
LL Cool J.
Yeah.
And then he married her, and then they did have 1 kid, right? It was like...
Oh, they did have 2 kids. No, this was actually quite sad. They had Jerry Lee Jr. Jr. joined the band as a drummer 2 weeks after his 19th birthday, died in a car accident when his Jeep rolled over. And
just him, too.
And the mother died somehow.
Okay.
Which we'll learn is a big theme with Jerry Lee Lewis. His children and his spouses are constantly dying.
Everybody dies around him.
And I guess he eats their hearts to gain strength.
Yeah.
So that he can live longer.
Keep the fingers limber.
Yeah. But the real person, the real marriage that we're focusing on is number 3 with his child bride. So Jerry's playing the piano. That's, people in the family know that he's a good musician. JW, Myra's father, Jerry's cousin, has some connection at Sun Records, which is the big record chain in Memphis that produces Elvis and Johnny Cage and Jerry Lee Lewis.
Who else? Johnny Cage.
I don't. Raiden.
Ray Diesel.
Yeah. DJ Raiden. So JW, I don't know what JW stands for. Probably just wait to marry my daughter. Please. J-Dubs has some connection with Sun Records. He's like, Jerry's great. I can play the bass. By the way, JW was a lineman where he would. Do you know what that is?
I read it. I forgot what it is.
He
tell me in
on,
the peeps.
He works on electric wires.
He's like a construction guy, right?
Kind of. He's more like the electric grid.
Ooh,
so you strap on these climbing things and Mulan your way
up
a pole,
God.
And then you replace wires, you fix a transistor, transvestite, whatever.
Yeah.
And he had some serious accident. He connected the black with the red.
Ooh.
You can't mix colors down there.
No.
So that's going to result in a big spark. Dude. So he had a big burn. He had a big, his arm got all messed up. There's a picture of him with the big L cast. Like, you can't move it. And so he got a nice chunk of change from the electric company that he used to, I don't know, I guess finance studio time with Sun Records or some kind of partnership with Jerry. So now J-Dubs and...
Jerry's like, it's a sign from the Lord.
And Jerry, right, yeah.
I'm supposed to get burnt.
Exactly. That was, he was like Job, he took his arm away and then he gave him fame because he was faithful. I think they get on TV, like that one, when he does a whole lot of shaking on that old 50s TV show. I think that bassist was Myra's dad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, you're dating the bassist's daughter.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Blink-182 song.
So in 1957, when Jerry Lee Lewis was just 22 years old, he married his 13-year-old cousin, Myra Gale Brown, and basically got canceled in the 50s.
Yeah,
which is tough.
Yeah.
That's hard to do. Yeah. After you have a #1 hit across all the charts.
You're beloved by the entire country.
Which, by the way, he got canceled mainly in England.
Yeah, he wasn't allowed in England. He landed there, and then they found out, and they're like, you're not welcome here.
Yeah.
England does that now.
What do you mean?
They still do that with celebrity court cases now in England. Like in England, I think Johnny Depp is guilty.
That's funny.
They'll deem...
They have country-specific rulings.
They'll deem...
Not over here.
Yeah, they're like, don't...
We had a different proceeding, and you did...
Yeah, they'll get it like, Johnny... No bad food for you. Yeah. I don't know what this accent is.
I don't know. Maybe they didn't like the Pirates of the Caribbean as much as we did.
Yeah, I think they hated it.
So they didn't give him as much
You making fun of our teeth?
Yeah. Anyway, so he gets canceled in England. People actually don't really seem to mind that much in the South. Like, they get married. Well, do you know how this all happened, that he got married? Because I watched this thing. Do you ever watch the show Who the Bleep Did I Marry?
No.
That was like a big show. Molly knew about it.
Oh, wow.
It had 8 seasons. And season 8, Child Bride, Myra's on it. And so
I saw bits and pieces of that, yeah.
It was very sad. Myra reminded me of my grandma. She's a good woman, and she just got caught up in a bad, weird thing.
Still got to see him at reunions.
It was just so creepy. He'd go, he'd take her out for ice cream into a movie, and she's relaying it. She's like, yeah, I thought he was just being nice to a kid.
Didn't realize she was married?
Before this was as he was courting her, kind of, right? Grooming, I guess.
So he's like, how about you come get ice cream in a movie? She's like, that seems suitable for my age.
She's like, that's super duper. Yeah, let's do that.
And he's like, what do you think about a kiss?
Well, yeah, and so now she's all conflicted. I mean, it's awful that he's going in for the kiss, and she's like, well, it's on the one hand, I feel weird because he's like a man and I'm a child, but on the other hand, it kind of feels good, so I don't want him to stop.
Oh,
I know, it's Queasy Incorporated over here.
Squeezy.
Yep. So after he
easy peasy child squeezy
tongued her down at the drive.
Just a bad image.
Tongue kissed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was still that is.
All right.
Hopefully he didn't tongue her down that way.
So after he kissed her cheek and
got her shaking.
Yep.
Got her great balls of fire.
Uh-huh. This was crazy. He got his friend, who was like a 20-year-old woman, to go to the courthouse, say she was Myra, and sign a marriage license as Myra. And they didn't check IDs.
Well, this is the 50s. Yeah.
No, and then so Jerry Lee came home and he showed Myra this marriage certificate, and Myra's like, "What? Does this mean we're married?" And he's like, "No, are you crazy? This means we're gonna get married." And she's like, "Great." And then he takes her in some car, across, to Mississippi or something, and then they get married.
Whoa.
And in her telling, she's just blacked out. She's like, just in a day, like in a coma.
What is the uncle doing?
Remember. What's up?
What's the uncle doing?
The uncle thinks that he's just hanging out with his cousin. Because it's not that crazy to just hang out with your cousin, right? And it's not like he's like, what'd you do? Tell me everything.
Yeah.
Right? He's not assuming.
Did you guys get married?
Right. Yeah.
What's that
What did you guys do
for?
this afternoon? You go get a marriage license?
Yeah.
And I think what happened is Myra left out the marriage license. The maid found it, told the mom, and then the dad got his whip, got his gun, ran down to the studio. Somebody phoned ahead. Jerry Lee got out of there, and the dad came in and was like, where's that son of a bitch?
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm trying to use my one arm to shoot him clean straight in the jaw.
Right, yeah.
No one's tonguing down my daughter.
I'm practicing with my left.
Yeah.
Yeah, just give me 3 bullets.
Like, oh my god.
I need a few chances.
2 shot. Oh man.
So
It's shaking
yeah,
ass.
he like kind of
Ew.
did this all in secret, knowing that it was going to be
doing
easier
some
to
bad
ask for forgiveness than permission from these religious folks.
Yeah, I mean that's the best
turn the other
example
cheek
of
type of
easiest.
country.
Yeah, can't ask for permission for that. Can I marry my cousin?
Yeah.
Would you be cool with that?
Yeah.
Just want to ask permission. I know it's
I don't mean
kinda
to pull rank,
customary.
but you are the bass player.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I don't need to ask.
I'm the front man and the piano guy.
Yeah, you're just
so
my
I
uncle,
kind of
so-
have 2 votes.
Yeah.
So
You want to fight?
that's kind of brutal.
Geez, so she was just kind of kidnapped, shotgun married in a way.
Yeah. What is shotgun married?
I think
mean?
shotgun. Well, not shotgun's a bad way of doing it because shotguns means like you got somebody pregnant and then the dad or the brother knocks at your door and you open it.
With a shotgun. Okay.
You better make a wife out of my pregnant whore daughter so she can get into heaven.
Right. Yeah. You better make a son out of this bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was kind of the opposite of a shotgun wedding. He was trying to use a gun to reverse all this, as opposed to using a gun to promote it.
To reverse it? What was he using the gun for?
To kill Jerry.
Oh, she.
The dad came to Jerry with a gun, saying, "Don't marry."
I thought you were saying Jerry was using a gun.
No. I'm saying J Dubs.
Yeah.
A lot of J's in this.
A lot of J's.
Love J's. No Jews, though.
No,
Definitely no Jews.
No, not in the South.
Yeah, a lot of Jerry's, J's, and Jamalams. Jambalayas.
By the way, I saw
Jakes.
I saw a joke with Jamantha recently.
Really? Mm-hmm. Fuck. So they got married, and then she dropped out of school because apparently it's against the law for a married woman to go to school in Tennessee. And I looked it up I couldn't find the law, but it said that in the documentary. So I was like, I wonder if Jerry's just making up laws.
Yeah.
She's and it was against the law, according to Jerry, so I dropped out right away.
Jerry's commandments?
Yeah, Jerry's law.
So she's 13. She's married to her cousin. She's not going to school.
No, now
Probably
she's
not reading.
No, well, now she's learned how to cook. She's like, I learned how to vacuum. I'm like, you don't even know how to vacuum?
Come on, you're 13. You should know that. It's kind of angry at your uncle for not teaching you how to vacuum.
Well,
13.
he's busy, fingering the bass and
and crossing wires.
Yeah.
How can you play the bass after that accident? You just hold it and it's loose.
I don't know, dude. I think he's probably connected to he's probably in the pocket forever now. He got zapped into the pocket. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he was just trying to strum some wires. Maybe he was like, maybe this would sound. I wonder what it sound like if I strum this. It's good.
Have you been electrocuted before?
No, I'm always scared of it though.
I've been electrocuted. It is there's like a 2-minute panic afterwards.
What?
There's just a panic. There's just like
you're saying that the electricity coursing through your body gives you anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. For some odd reason.
I don't know why.
You feel doom.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
You might have OCD.
I saw Heather get electrocuted for the first time recently, and I saw it in her eyes. To like waiting. Like, am I gonna die now?
Oh,
okay.
Don't
worry.
Is
As somebody who's been electrocuted.
It's just a shock.
No,
saying?
it feels like someone is ramming kind of like a serrated spear up your whatever touches you. It feels like someone just goes. Like
how far into you?
All the way up to whatever touches you. It's all the way.
All the way up, huh?
It feels like all the way up. Bah, 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 bah.
I get nervous. I mean, I'm constantly just handling fucking prongs with wet hands.
Yeah.
So I'm worried. I'm gonna be a famous bass player
Constantly
one day.
making toast near the tub.
Yep.
It's the best time to have toast. Doesn't it suck that the best time to have toast is when you're in the tub?
I know. I'm all wet. I want some dry crunch. So she's at home. Myra's at home. She's learned how to cook. He's going out. He's making like 10 grand a show.
Yeah.
He's super famous. And that's like 180 grand today in the 50s. So he's raking it in. He's coming home with cash, dumping it in her lap. He's like, go buy a chicken, vacuum. I'll be back.
Go buy the biggest, best vacuum you've ever seen.
Yeah, go buy the winning pig. Yeah. And figure out, read a book and figure out how to cook it up. And so she would have to go It reminded me of like the, before weed was like legal, where people had to go with huge duffel bags into the bank. She had to just go with shopping bags full of cash to the bank.
Yeah, just some 13-year-old walking around town.
Yeah, dollars are like flying away behind her.
Oh, hey, can I have all of the ice cream?
Yeah.
Nothing ever fills the void. Her friends are riding by on bikes. We didn't see you in school. I'm married.
Yeah,
I can't learn anymore. I'm fully developed.
She's gloating that she's married already.
Yeah. I want to be married. I hate geometry.
You won't die a widow. Don't worry. I hate geometry. Yeah, spelling sucks.
Stoichiometry? Is that what it is in chemistry?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think 13-year-olds are
I know. I just
doing stoichiometry, though.
Sounds like a Pokemon.
Yeah, bad one, though, that I'd trade away.
Yeah.
I'd trade away in a second. I think people in the U.S. weren't super fans about it, but I think it came out in the press more once he went to England.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like, maybe it was kind of like the R. Kelly thing, where it's like, hey, doesn't he do some bad stuff? Mm-hmm. And then sooner or later.
Yeah, I think so, but I mean, I don't know. I like the record.
I kind of like the dance moves.
But I think it became unavoidable once the press broke in England. This was kind of funny because people kept asking him about it, obviously. And
one more question, Jerry. Who is that next to you?
With the trick-or-treat basket and the Halloween costume? What's
Pigtails?
Yeah.
Who is that?
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to take your wife trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
And you're the supervisor. An interviewer's like, so she's like, what, 13? And he's like, well, yeah, she was 12, and now she's 13, and next thing we knew, she was 14. Which I do kind of like that comeback. He's like, look, she's not going to be 13 forever, you perv.
I got
Was
her
that what you were picturing? Some kind of frozen in time 13-year-old? You weirdo?
I'm
you
not like
sicko?
that. Yeah, I'm a planner.
Yeah, they keep getting older, and so do I. Yeah. All right? Time moves forward. We're all adults here. Stop being a creep.
You guys are pissed at me now, but you're going to be really sorry in 10 years when this is fine.
Yeah, when she's hot and I'm 30.
Yeah.
This is going to be all right. And we can kind of contrast this with Elvis's child bride.
How old was she?
Priscilla. I think she was like 15. Which, by the way, is the age that Myra gave a reporter to try to cover it up. Like, she got off the plane in England, and some guy was like, who are you? She's like, I'm nobody. He's like, who are you? You just got off the plane with Jerry Lee Lewis. She's like, I'm his bride. He's like, how old are you? 15. And then he just had this smile.
Money signs hit his eyes.
Yeah.
King, king, king.
Right. And then he just smiled, turned around, and ruined his career.
I'm going to make a ton of cash.
Yeah. Fucking killing.
A lot of beans on toast for the family.
A lot of pence.
Yeah. Blood sausages for everybody.
Pedophile. Yeah, as soon as he got off the plane in England, people were bombarding him with questions about who is this child? Is this his daughter? Uh-oh, not his daughter. It's his wife. Jesus Christ. He had to cancel the tour. He had like a $60,000 loss. He would do these theaters. They'd be half full. People like heckling him.
Like a J-Lo concert today.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, since that movie came out, she had to cancel her tour. There was like a
what?
Video.
Like the Alien Andromeda movie?
No, she made all the J-Lo hate that just came out. Like, she made a movie. She self-produced it. Everybody shit on her for it because it was like the worst movie ever made.
What was the movie?
It's like a musical.
Was it a space?
No, it's like a musical love movie. It's really bad. She like everything did.
Okay, sure.
And it's terrible.
She plays every part.
It's really bad.
No.
And then all the, everybody canceled her. But there's this clip right now of her like performing and the lights going off for like the effects of the concert. She's in this arena. And as the lights are like flashing, you just see an empty arena.
Ooh, that's tough.
So that's what I'm thinking. Maybe LL Cool J had it. The first LL Cool J.
Yeah.
Lee Lewis, Cool Jerry.
LL not so cool J.
Yeah.
In my book. Would you still go if you bought a ticket just to heckle him?
I mean, he was iconic at this point. Like, what would that be compared to right now? Like, are you going to a Taylor Swift concert?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Like, you kind of got to go.
Or get the refund.
Or get the
refund. Is it worth $100 or whatever to yell at him? Or you kind of want to see some songs?
Yeah, you kind of
get a few songs in and then you start yelling.
Because you're probably pissed at him because he's your hero. He was huge.
That's true.
And then, so you want to hate watch and a little bit of love watch.
Mm-hmm. Probably tell your friends after that you yelled at him the whole time.
Exactly.
When in reality,
I went there.
You waited till the encore.
You're singing with the...
No more songs!
Yeah.
No more! That's all you do.
She's too young.
Yeah.
She's too young.
At the very end. All right, good night. You suck! Oh, all right.
He truly didn't care, though. It didn't seem like... Or do you still want to stay on England?
If we can get anything out of England.
Let's see. It is, I mean, England is funny.
It is funny that, they, they're all about cousin loving.
Yeah.
and the aristocracy, right? But
but
the young was too much.
Yeah,
that's where the South prevails. Mm-hmm. That's what we're very progressive.
That's why they left us.
We're very.
This is what they're doing over there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It wasn't about taxes. It was about fucking kids.
You guys had us fooled for too long.
I knew it. I knew it was true.
George Washington had a similar thing. I told everybody.
Yep.
They said it was a conspiracy.
They wouldn't believe me. They said I was full of shit. I'm muckraking. Well, he's butt raking these kids. You got to save them. Yeah, it's weird that England drew the line with the
and then England had to be
age.
like, and then America took, because America, we're still like, hey, fuck you, England. But then they influenced us.
What do you mean?
To be like, hey, screw Jerry Lee, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, then it became world news.
Yeah.
Because Elvis was drafted at this point.
Whoa.
So no American rock star had ever gone international. So this was like the first. He would have been bigger than Elvis if he didn't have a child bride. If it was just his cousin who was an appropriate age.
Yeah, pull an Einstein.
Yeah.
Wait a little bit.
Exactly.
Just everybody's doing it. You just jumped the gun.
Right. It's called grooming because patience is involved.
You plucked.
Yeah, you plucked too soon.
Yeah, come on.
You plucked when you should have groomed.
Nobody plucks. Oh.
His dad was a sharecropper, he got eager.
And what happened to the uncle? Was he in the band anymore?
The uncle? I don't know what happened to the uncle. I think it's one of those just like dark things in your family you just got to get past. Because then, once they were married, this is where the religion comes in. Once they were married, he's like, well, I'm not going to force them to get a divorce. Then they're sinners. Which you could have it annulled, though, because these circumstances are very annul-worthy.
Yeah.
Do you know, and I won't say who, but I knew someone, their parents were divorced, and the dad was so scared of hell and going to hell that even though they had several children and were married for decades, he had the marriage annulled. Because if you get it annulled by a priest, you don't technically, that's not a sin. A divorce is a sin because you've broken a lifelong bond. But an annulment is like technical error. We didn't, we messed up. We wrote married when we should have written they don't know each other. Isn't that crazy?
That's so nuts.
Yeah.
That's such a success to religion, brainwashing somebody.
Yeah.
They're like, we got one.
Yeah.
We scared you. So then what happens in an annulment, though? Do you split anything?
I think the proceedings. I think you still use a divorce lawyer, and
okay, but
but in terms of the church, annulled.
God's like, nice work, get up here.
Yeah.
I hate the D word.
Yep.
You know what else starts with D? Devil.
Yep. Nice job. Angel.
That's you.
You got an annulment.
Anal, still good here. Get up here.
Oh yeah. Anything with an A will get you into heaven. Apple a day keeps the doctor away. Anal gets you into the pearly gates.
There's no apple.
No apple?
Don't eat the apple.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, an apple. Well, that was just that one time.
Eve's like, no, he said an apple a day. You guys, the story are...
Who? The snake? Fucking bitch.
Don't gaslight me, Adam.
Yeah, where was Adam during all this?
Yeah, what was he eating?
She's talking to snakes.
Was he over eating like pasta out of Tupperware? Oh, you should have prepped. You wouldn't have been hungry. Yeah. I told you, prep, plan for the future. Now you've damned all of the...
It's like Naked and Afraid. He's out there hunting, and she's like... talking to animals. What's this guy? What's this little guy doing?
Adam wants to kill and eat you.
He's like, fuck, where am I? I shouldn't have signed up for this. God,
why'd you make me the only one?
Yeah. Also, he made Adam out of nothing, and then he took a rib to make her.
Yeah,
it's
what the hell?
Rude.
I know, it's gross.
Why couldn't he just make her out of nothing?
I know. Why do you want to recycle? It's like, it takes too long. I got stuff to do. Mm-hmm. Let me use one of those ribs.
I kind of want to... I guess it's fine. I want to lean my head back, but not fuck with the picture. But I think I can.
think the picture's being fucked with.
It's not, but I worry. I worry about these things.
Maybe hang it higher.
Yeah, I don't.
Can you hang me higher? And what?
I said it wouldn't fit.
Oh, really?
It would fit, but it wouldn't be in the frame. I want it to be in the frame.
Oh, I see.
It's all about the looks. Beauty hurts. Beauty is pain.
Let's see here. Is this new? Is Phoenix?
What Phoenix?
Phoenix?
Oh, my dad made that in woodshop or something.
Wow.
You piece of shit. It's fun to have that in the back pocket. Yeah. Anybody makes fun. It is the dumbest thing up here.
Wooden Phoenix.
Yeah, you said it in a derisive way, though. You were making fun of me and my father and my family.
Wow.
You came after my
Your
family.
Dad make that?
Yet again.
Also an amateur photographer?
Yeah, no, that was me as a kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Still figuring some stuff out. That's Corey. No, that's Molly.
Oh, she was an oak.
She used to be a huge tree.
Wow, she's lost a lot.
She slimmed down. Yeah, we shaved off some branches.
To be a cinnamon tree.
Yeah, it looks very cinnamony. Is that roots on the ground?
I don't know.
It looks like a field of roots.
It's like Questlove.
God, this thing's taking over the world.
Okay, so now we're back to Dark Days in America.
Yes, so then they return to America with their heads hung low. One lower than the other because she's a child.
Yeah,
she's very short.
I wonder if she rode on his back a lot. Get out the
husband
car.
and wife
Come
piggybacks.
On. They're both just sad.
He's carrying her, sleeping in his arms.
Ugh. Jerry.
For their wedding anniversary, he gets a bouncy castle.
Yeah. You like that? Yeah. Some chicken nuggies and a Furby for you.
What? I didn't know you were too old for a clown. I don't know.
What are you, 15 now?
Look, communication is an important part of any marriage. So we got to talk about this stuff. No, it's just so crazy to have such a young gal. And to be...
Or not to be.
Attracted to him. I mean, it makes me want... There's actually... This is not the only area in this podcast where pedophilia will rear its head. I got more pedophilia coming down the pike.
Thank God.
Later in the app.
Can't
Don't
wait.
worry.
So he needs to create a solution. How's he going to reinvent himself? He's drinking. He's blacking out. He's been canceled. One of the first people to be canceled.
It seems that way.
Yeah.
Like a mass cancellation. Yeah. It's in the papers. Pedophile.
Yeah.
We don't do that here.
Because I'm surprised and happily surprised that the country canceled him.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think.
In the 50s.
Yeah.
In the 50s.
Yeah.
I mean, he had to go all the way across the pond for people to kind of cock an eye at him and be like, what the hell is this?
And then America had to follow suit because we're the world power at the moment.
Right.
You gotta be like, Jerry Lee.
Ew, yeah, boo.
We've been saying that over here first.
Yep.
Queen.
Yep. It's crazy you guys stole our story we were writing. Yeah, you can't be a pedo apologist.
No.
Even for your hometown hero.
Yeah.
Your hometown boy.
The most famous guy. Who's the most famous singer?
I mean, it's comparable to like a Bill Cosby. Like, there's big people that get fucked up out here.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous world.
R. Kelly, Bill Cosby. Yeah, you gotta be careful.
They'll get you.
Yeah, there's a landmine everywhere you step.
I know. You
trying to take away your kids.
Can't do anything anymore. Yeah,
that's what people want. Yeah. They want to be famous enough to where they don't look at your kid wife.
Yeah, they want to take away your kids. They want to call CPS on your wife. It's not right. Yeah, but more like than who is famous today. Just like think about back then, all the shit that's taken away from you. I mean, back then, all you had was these network TV shows.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have that, you got nothing.
And you're touring. You couldn't be like, at least we got Patreon, babe. Get you those new braces.
Don't worry, the IG is strong.
Yeah.
You had none of that.
Yeah, we're going to get our core. It's like D'Elia still has 2 million followers.
Mm-hmm. He's doing fine because he can.
Yeah, exactly.
Each person can be an institution.
He has way less friends and no industry love, but he can still make millions.
You can connect directly to fans.
To the peeps.
But yeah, he's just going out doing $200 gigs every day. He's staying at home a lot.
Yeah.
He's right. This is funny, though, because that now he is looking for a new home. Rock and roll has banished him, and he reinvents himself over the next 10 years as a country artist.
Which is very funny that he's like, how do I solve this? Should I do the right thing and leave my wife and apologize to the country?
And her, probably?
Or should I write a new tune?
My baby left me.
Yeah, slow it down.
That's why he kept getting married.
Yeah.
He just had to keep writing those songs, those sad songs.
I know what I'll do.
She came back to say goodbye. But he's always, he's been a Southern boy, so it's not a crazy shift.
No, it's not a big shift.
But it is funny that, like, it is true that a country, that's like if you got a Trump base. Like, they don't care.
No, it doesn't matter.
You can get away with a
Social.
lot.
Yeah, they're buying your golden shoes.
They're loyal.
Yeah.
They're loyal fans. He just went for the most loyal genre.
Yeah.
Which is country.
Yeah. It's so true.
I mean, a lot of those people probably would have liked slavery if they were 100 years ago. Yeah. So, like, that's the genre you pick if you want people to overlook your child life.
Yeah, for real. So he switched to country. Mm-hmm. He starts cranking out the years.
I think it is so funny just picturing a country fan, like a guy at a Tim McGraw concert trying to explain to you why it's okay to listen to Jerry Lewis. It's like, no, the music just speaks to me, and they are in love.
What do you guys say on the left? What do you guys say? Love is
love. So what are we talking about?
What morals are you standing on?
So what are we even talking about?
That's the sentence, right? Nothing in between. Love is love.
Love is love, right?
You're with Jeremy right now? I don't have a problem with that.
Oh, he's talking to a man who's with a man. Yeah. I don't care you kiss him.
Yeah.
I don't care I don't care she gets on a stool and kisses him back. I don't care if she has to sit on 6
We're all God's children,
books.
and she's still a child. God's child.
Yeah, we're all God's children. We're all children under God, all right? So really, it's just 2 children.
And we're all dating God.
That's the best demo to court in the country. What's the worst demo to court that will forgive you? Probably like alt indie. You know, like if Noah Khan. Yeah. If it came out that Noah Khan
all those
had
ladies.
a 14-year-old girlfriend, he has lost it all.
What's that song? I'm trying to.
What dial drunk?
I saw your mom. She said that you were a child, and I said.
And that's the season of the sticks.
Yeah.
That one?
And you were still a kid, but I love you, and I just couldn't resist you.
When you turned 13, I knew that I just had to
kiss you, and I proposed on a salty evening at me.
You're going Bob Dylan.
I can't do it.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Noah Khan's like a neo Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
And I saw my run. What I saw was a woman. And I saw her birth certificate, and I knew that it was lying.
And I don't care if she's just a week of turning 9, but...
She'll be 14 next year, and then 15, it'll be fine. I'm gonna put a baby in my baby of a girl. I mean, it's crazy.
I don't care why you people judge me against the world. It's my wife, and I don't see a problem with it at all. I'm gonna write you something like a great big ball. I don't know. A fire. All right. Anyway.
My kid's gonna drown in the pool.
It is. I wonder if Jerry was kind of like really taken back when he was like, America, come on, guys. Segregation. We're doing all this stuff. Why do you hate me?
Separate water fountains. What's going on?
Come on. Why is this a thing? I can't hate my cousin? It is funny because like I wouldn't have expected it. It's something that I was expecting for the country to be like, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Get her up there with you.
Maybe it's a relic of the British, though. Of British aristocracy, like this inbreeding. His family was a big tie the knot back in on itself, and right.
Double knot's only gonna
double knot, a lot of doubling up.
Don't want to be stuck in your shoes.
Mm-hmm. No,
gotta let those feet breathe. Or else
they were coming off.
Blue.
They were afraid they were coming off.
Yeah.
So they had to tie them even tighter.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's like that's what England did.
Yeah.
And we wanted to get away from that.
Got that pizza face.
Start being a little more independent.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
A little less pure, a little less bloodline. Nobody cares about that. You know, you make your own luck. You make your own
it's true.
life.
Yeah, maybe it was a reminder of like, we don't do that here.
Yeah, we don't do that shit.
Yeah, this isn't the kingdom.
And it's gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, probably it was people looking at ugly, weird, inbred people and being like, this is not good.
Yeah, you guys are
this
gross.
This is not royal.
You're all pointy and...
This is disgusting. You don't rule me.
Yeah, you're kind of retarded.
You break mirrors.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look crazy. Yeah, so you can count on America for giving Jerry Lee a nice, easy comeback.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so funny to see him introduced, in the 60s as a country act, and they're like, he made his career a while ago as a rock and roll phenom and took a little break for a while.
Yeah.
Then he came back as a country star. Give it up for him. Jerry Lee Lewis, everybody.
He just immediately starts singing.
Yeah.
I hope you forgot about the
Or at least forgive me. Yeah, so he becomes a big country star. And then some tragedy starts striking. You know what I mean? He's getting married. He's getting divorced. Some karma. Yes, karma comes. Karma comes for him. And Myra has given birth to Stevie. I think Myra. I want to get this year right. I think it's kind of important. Whether she was 14 or 17, that's kind of a big difference.
17 years old.
All right. Oh, and Stevie drowns, which means she was 14 when she gave birth because Stevie was 3. So it is 1962, Easter Sunday, and Myra and Stevie are playing in the yard. He's playing with a hose. She's like, "Hey, Uncle Lester, not gonna think twice about that name. Could you watch Stevie? Would that be cool?" He's like, "I got it." Comes out, "Where's Stevie? I thought he was with you. They run back. The hose is trailing along the side of the house into the pool. Myra sees Stevie face down in the pool. Her 3-year-old is drowned.
Wow.
I mean, it's just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So he's got this kid, this wife in mourning. She doesn't know if she can go on. He's sad, obviously. He loves his kid. And then also Elvis is back from the war. The Beatles are on the scene. Now he's getting left behind.
Yeah.
Now he's just getting left in the dust. He's this weird cousin, sex, and pedophile who can't sell a record, can't play a club. So he's bummed, and he starts drinking, he starts taking pills, and then, Dark Jerry comes out.
Yeah, violent Jerry, abusive Jerry.
Yeah, he's slapping her, he's threatening to fucking pour acid
on her. You want to see 20?
Yeah, you want to drink legally?
Yeah.
Fucking watch it. There was one thing where she, like, made him spaghetti, but it wasn't her spaghetti. Like, he came home, and she didn't know he was coming home. So he's like, I'm hungry, fix me something. Which already, I'm like, geez, man.
Yeah.
It's 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So she
drunk.
she reheats a neighbor's spaghetti.
Oh, wow.
He eats the spaghetti. He goes, this doesn't taste like your fucking spaghetti. Yeah. Throws the plate, screams at her.
Wow.
It's like, wow, okay, how good is her spaghetti?
Yes.
That you need to cause
Yeah,
this
how
much
good
of
is a
ruckus?
17-year-old spaghetti?
I know. She just learned how
I
to
know
vacuum.
your spaghetti. You've been making it since you were 13.
She just figured out the vacuum.
Yeah.
Her spaghetti can't be revolutionary.
I
Right?
think that's why he likes it. He likes to be reminded of his childhood.
He's like,
Now,
I
give
have
me
so
one of
much
those.
to teach you. So much to mold from this young
This
spaghetti
tastes
artist.
too good to be your spaghetti.
Yeah, right.
like an adult
These
made
flavors
this.
are complex and complementary. Who the fuck spaghetti is
How
this?
come the noodles aren't in the shape of the alphabet, huh?
Why didn't you show me you know the alphabet? He tests her every day. Give me alphabet soup in order. I want to know my child bride is learning.
And write out the headlines in the spaghetti. I want to eat the news.
I want to learn as I
Oh.
eat. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah. This is before eating in front of the TV.
Now give me some of that Jim Crow spaghetti.
Hey, not our Jerry Lee. You do not
Yeah.
cast
No, I just
that
meant that's what
racism
was
upon
going
him.
on.
Oh, sure.
He was reading about it.
Sure.
That's
Was
a
that-
shame.
Yeah, that's a damn shame. I love those guys coming in on their big buses.
Their tour buses.
Yeah. It was really making me laugh picturing him seeing a desegregation bus and being like, they're on tour.
Celebs.
There's so many of them in the band. What is this band? 90 people?
All in the back of the cool
How many of you guys
bus.
play tambourine? This is nuts. This is crazy. I mean, what do you each make a night? $5?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
And
the coolest band
Turns out
ever.
they actually do all play music and they're legends. I didn't really know. Do you know much B.B. King? He's a great singer.
Yeah, he's great. He's a legend. He's
Yeah,
a,
I mean,
foundational.
I heard him on some legendary B.B. King guitar solo, and it's like fun.
Yeah. Well, it's because you're listening to it now.
I guess it's not even like a speed thing, but it's I don't know. It's not. I guess the feelings there and the passion.
I think it's like when you hear Pryor now, you're like, yeah, but it's like, well, back then, this
Yeah, it
was
was
a phenomenal
crazy.
thing to do.
Yeah, but as a singer, he was great, and Jerry
Wow.
Lee was a great singer.
Yeah, he was a really good singer.
Like sometimes when he was hitting those runs at the end, and
Yeah.
I was like, you got a lot of
I thought
control.
the same thing too.
Right?
Yeah,
He
I was like,
surprised me.
whoa. Because I was like, he's not that good. And then as the documentary went on, you're like, he's really good at singing.
Yeah, I think he's really nailing
And then
it.
he was really.
I would turn my chair.
Yeah. Virtuoso on the piano doing that thing. I would love to be able to do that.
Yeah. I wonder if pianists though think it's hack when other piano people are like, brrr.
Yeah.
You're like,
Well, it's like-
really 3 times
Well, it's probably like a guitar. Whoa.
with the whammy?
No, with the slide. What do you do? Yeah.
Yeah, like before Crazy Train.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
But a really good one sounds cool.
That's what I'm saying.
And a piano one does sound
Yeah.
great. It does sound good when done right.
To me, it just reminds me of petting a cat.
That would suck if you're in the club and like this like 8 times a song. He's like, it's like, buddy.
I'm sure they love it. Besides the artist.
No, I know, but it'd be funny if a guy overused it.
Yeah.
And people were like,
All he does.
play the song.
Yeah.
And it seems very easy.
It's like
the
crowd work
easiest one.
now. Stop. I
Yeah.
didn't come here for this.
Right. Just do the song, do the jokes.
I don't care what he does.
Do the
for a living.
material.
Yeah.
Stick to the material.
I paid
this
for the
riffing
songs.
is ridiculous.
Yeah. Stop scatting.
And then it is kind of cool. He's doing. It looks so crazy. He looks like a Tyrannosaurus. He's like,
Yeah, he's really good at. I call it puddle stomping.
what?
He's like stomping in a puddle. It looks like he's splish splashing around.
It looks like he's trying to make a shadow puppet with like a. I don't know. Like
so good. It's so effortless.
It looks like he's trying to mimic a snake striking. Like that's how high up his hands are going.
It looks like he's making fun of his wife.
Yeah, people are in the crowd like praying mantis.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I know this one.
Down
Yeah.
syndrome Tyrannosaurus?
I mean, their brains were pretty small to begin with. How could you really tell if one Tyrannosaurus had the downs?
They
Yeah,
definitely got the arms for it. They
yeah.
all had it.
I just want to be just.
You see the Down syndrome people now, there's a couple of bodybuilders out there.
Yeah, I know. See this one man. There's this one guy who's like born with some skin deformity where something about a chemical thing in the membrane of his skin where whenever he moves his skin, it doesn't like stretch and stuff. Like they basically overlap and like tear at each other. So basically, he's built up this incredibly thick layer of skin because of all this skin that's dying and tearing and reforming.
He's like
he's a
scar.
power lifter. And he looks crazy. I mean, he looks like a guy who is... looks like he's just been melted over and over again. Like he looks like a drippy castle on the beach. Yeah, like the Thing. He does look like the Thing, kind of. But he's like a power. So even though it hurts to move, he like finds a way through the pain.
Oh my!
And power lifts.
I'm telling you, dude. They all do. Everybody with those different. They're all like, "That's I needed this."
I think it's kind of like going to the gym every day, just being alive. For them, like every day you have to overcome some like thing that's pretty hard. Like you have to like hit a max basically every day by like making it to the bathroom.
Yeah, you just have to get up and do it fast.
Yeah, and then you're like accomplished.
Yeah,
you like did do something that day. So that does, that's a good system to feel motivated and fulfilled and stuff.
Jerry Lee.
I walk downstairs, I'm not like yes.
Yeah. Well, Jerry Lee had that dog in him for that too because he had a stroke and he taught himself how to play piano again.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And so did his cousin.
Really?
He had something. I think Jerry Lee had a stroke.
That's crazy.
And then couldn't play the piano, and then he taught himself again.
I knew he had a perforated stomach.
Oh wow!
At one point, he almost died. He spent like 2 months in
intensive
and
he lost
care.
A lot of weight.
And he lost a lot of weight. And
then he had the cigar.
He's doing the interview. He's like, "So Jerry, you okay? I heard we almost lost you. Is that a cigar?"
That was a great
post surgery. Yeah. That was an awesome cut. That was good. No, I had no idea he had a stroke.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, this guy, this is also a time when doctors are just prescribing you amphetamines.
Now wash that down with a couple of beers. A couple of Billy beers.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, this shit tastes awful. But apparently he was being prescribed like amphetamines, barbiturates, uppers, downers, zigzaggers.
Razzle-dazzles.
Yeah, razzle-dazzles, loosey-loos, razzmatazz.
Noun-laters.
Scuppity-dups. To Myra, he was like just, Jekyll and Hyde. He's like Two-Face, He'll call her in the morning and be like, "Hey, babe, what's going on? Just ate breakfast, kind of tired." And then at night, he's like, "Where's my fucking pasta? You didn't make me pasta."
"I'm going to kill you, bitch." Yeah, he would threaten death.
Yeah.
To all the wives.
Right.
And one of them eventually did die.
Yeah, we can talk about the. Well, do you want to finish up Myra and then we can talk about the
Myra. We have
other
Stevie.
Wives? We got the. Oh well, we're almost done with Myra. She gets. So their marriage is not going well. One child dies, and then later on they have this other girl, Phoebe, who's the replacement child, which we talked about in the Van Gogh episode, the different types of those. Yeah, she's like, it was nice. I feel like she brought me back. Gave me a child to love again. And that is good.
Yeah.
But it did strike me as like, oh, you can just swap them out, huh?
Yeah.
Like it fully brought her back. Obviously, that pain's always there. Obviously, you're going to be in mourning about that. But she was like 90% good to go, right?
Kind of glad it happened.
Yeah, it makes me appreciate this one.
My little girl.
I always actually wanted a girl. So, the Lord works in mysterious ways. Mm-hmm. Yes. So she had Phoebe, and then good on Myra. I mean, Myra's a lovely woman. Still alive, also. Shout out Myra. She still thought it would be important that Phoebe was in JLL's life, even after they divorced. So still, tried to work out custody stuff with him.
Wow.
Yeah,
nice lady overall.
Nice lady.
Kind of a tragedy.
Yeah, big tragedy. And one day she gets an anonymous phone call. She gets a tip on the phone. That's
probably from her dad.
Right.
Who's been spying on this guy.
Right.
Trying to catch him sliving up.
Your husband's a jerk. Check the mail. I've sent you a tape.
A lot of photos in there.
Yeah, the tape you sent me, it's got all these fat bass lines going along with it. I do like the music, but Dad, why did you write songs for this? And apparently the anonymous phone call said that Jerry had been seeing other women, picking them up on the road. I mean, you're getting phone calls every night, drunk and high. Like, there's going to probably be some pootie tang going on. A whole lot of shaking going on.
Great Balls of Fire is definitely a little bit of chlamydia catching up to it.
Yep, he's going into the doctor with a few balls of fire in the shaft.
Chugging a lot of cranberry juice before he gets home.
And apparently, he was cheating on her for many years. It started 11 months after they were first married.
Which, honestly,
that was longer than I thought
he
would take.
I'm glad that he wasn't a full PDF and just stuck to dating young girls.
Uneditable document?
What?
Uneditable document?
A pedophile.
PDF.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be tough if she's cheating on her with another child.
Other girls.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Is it because I'm getting older?
Yeah. Yes. Is that what you want to hear?
Yeah, I mean.
Is it my spaghetti? Sarah makes it way better.
And also, she always makes it. Doesn't try to peddle off fucking Barbara from down the street's trash linguine. Get out of here.
Get back to school.
You're not married anymore. You have
the education of a 13-year-old.
Yes.
You're 24 now.
Learn about the history of this country. So yeah, Myra one day walks in on Jerry in bed with another woman.
Wow.
Like walks in, they're boinking.
Whoa.
And so they got divorced when she was 26. So it lasted a long time. It probably wouldn't have lasted so long if she wasn't a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah, if she kind of wasn't a prisoner of that marriage.
Yeah, and being shaped by this dude. Yeah, you groomed when you plucked when you should have groomed, buddy.
Never pluck.
Never
pluck. Gonna grow back angrier.
Yeah, but these are the lessons.
Yep.
You know, these are the lessons that we've learned from the great martyrs of our time, Jerry Lee Lewis. So after Jerry, this is nice. A little. Let's start playing some bass in the major key, because after Jerry, Myra moves to Atlanta. She becomes a very successful realtor. I don't know why I wrote successful woman realtor.
I'm the best woman realtor in Atlanta.
I don't know why I wrote that. She married this guy, Richard Williams, who I think was like the president of the realty company or whatever.
I'm the president of the Women Realtors Association.
That's right. The PWA. And they got married in...
PWA?
I don't know. I wanted to fly past that. That was the president.
Yeah.
Richard Williams married in 1984. She's been married to him for 40 years, and they have a very happy marriage.
Wow. And how old is he?
He is 12. Yeah.
The cycle that keeps on giving.
Yep. He's a young man.
Quite an established president.
I hear he's eligible for the draft next year, so we're going to have to watch out for that. I might get sent to the Ukraine.
You got sent to the Ukraine.
Myra's boy husband might get drafted. Why we draft? We going to the Ukraine? I
don't know why we're drafting people.
Us?
Yeah,
what's going on?
Where are we gonna go?
What are we gearing up for?
I don't know. I'm out of it. You're not drafting me.
Yeah, but you can run for the president soon. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, 3 more years.
You got to think about your bid.
Yeah, I got to think about my campaign. I'm gonna get a girl named Chakala.
Yeah, Chakala.
You hear the rumor that Biden's gonna drop out?
No, I don't know. Where'd you hear that?
There's a rumor because Kamala has better approval ratings now.
Oh, I mean, that's not saying much.
Yeah, I know.
We were talking about that last night of like Michelle could swap in with Kamala.
You mean Michael?
Yeah, right. First trans man president.
There's a guy who sits next to me who asked that today. It's like, you think Michelle Obama's a woman? And I was like, I know what you're thinking. I know the videos you just saw on TikTok. I bookmarked them. You all right?
Excavating, yeah. Sorry. Just breaking off some stalactites. It's rough.
I just thought about somebody sneezing instead of going, it's you. They go, Netanyahu.
No, you say Netanyahu when someone doesn't say Gesundheit. Netanyahu. Should have Gesundheited them. No, it was nice to hear that Myra ended up good.
Yeah.
I was happy about that.
I know, and not like in an insane asylum.
Right. Yeah, a lot of these people, a lot of these wives and sisters and, women in particular we hear about just don't, they don't have good lives.
End up well. The woman always...
Yeah, they get shafted.
Yeah.
But she bounced back. She was like next to a Mercedes. She's like, I sell fucking houses now. I'm Myra. I got a sweet daughter, no son. Who cares? And...
Does she have 2 kids, though?
Maybe. She might have had a kid.
She had another kid, Stevie, and somebody else, right?
Yeah, Phoebe. Stevie and Phoebe. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then Phoebe grew up to be on Friends.
Yeah, she was a real weirdo. Did not have a musical bone in her body.
No, but they let her play.
Really stunk at guitar, but she was cute. She was cute. Yeah, she was a legacy hire for the guitar. I had one more thing. Oh, I mean, just hearing her talk about the traits of this new guy, Richard, was like, yeah, dude, you were in a horrible... She's like, he does a lot. He's very kind. He's loving. He vacuums. I'm like,
he makes spaghetti without me.
Right.
It's nice.
He boils water and throws some pasta in. He doesn't hit me when I don't do that. He's the best. He's just the best.
He's a good guy.
I love him. I love him a lot. So, Myra, we love you. We're happy you made it out. And, happy you landed on your feet. Go Myra.
Go Myra. Team Myra. Team
Myra, of course. Yeah, I love Myra. It's crazy that a child bride was interviewed and is still alive. She's out there right now. Myra's just hanging out.
Yep.
Once the child bride.
Maybe we could check her
Lewis.
listings.
Yeah, I don't know. She's probably retired now.
I hope not.
I'd like to see some of the best houses she's ever sold, though. She probably doesn't have...
What's her last name? Yeah, we can look her up.
Yeah, we'll look her up. Ugh, it's the uppers.
What are you taking? Anything Mucinex?
Mucinex amphetamine. All right, guys, that was the ep on Myra. Thank you for listening very much. Check out the Patreon, follow the podcast. And the next episode will be about Jimmy Swaggart, which is a very scandalized televangelist cousin of Jerry Lee Lewis who got caught with a prostitute not once, but twice.
Awesome.
So check that out.